Go to FoxNation.com now. The Fox News Rundown is a weekly morning podcast that dives deep into the major and controversial stories of the day. Hosted by the anchors of Fox News Radio. Subscribe now to hear a perspective of news you won't find anywhere else. Find it now on FoxNewsPodcasts.com. Tucker Carlson.
There's just so much barking and noise and yelling. Our role is to take 3 steps back and discern what really matters.
Sean Hannity.
The most important thing that we do, we are looking out for the forgotten men and women in this country.
Laura Ingraham.
They're going to get a straight shooter, no holds barred. I'm not going to cut people slack.
Fox is the one place where dissent is allowed.
We have voices. We won't be silent.
Who controls my voice? Nobody.
Fox News Channel. Real news, real honest opinion. Since 1946, Murphy...
I got to get with Jim. I keep reminding him about Mike Birch. Keep reminding Jim about Mike Birch. I haven't heard anything. I'll remind him again.
To make sure you get exactly what you need for your home improvement projects. And with each employee at Murphy's being there for 10 years or more, you know you're talking with someone with the experience to help you with building supplies, tools, paint, and all the things you need from a full-service hardware store. The best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jesup.
Andrew Cuneo here. It's summertime in South Georgia, and the only thing hotter than being outside is the hot deals at Mike Birch Ford. With up to $12,000 off new F-150s, there's no better time than now to purchase the truck of your dreams. So stop the search and call Mike Birch Ford today. Andrew Cuneo here. It's summertime in South Georgia, and the only thing hotter than being outside is the hot deals at Mike Birch Ford. With up to $12,000 off new F-150s, there's no better time than now to purchase the truck of your dreams. So stop the search and call Mike Birch Ford today.
105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO. Here we are, Monday morning, the 17th day of September. Thank you very much for waking up and tuning to 105.5 FM in Jesup. And we have 1 minute after 8 o'clock, now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear and by Murphy Builder Supply, located on Northeast Broad Street in downtown Jesup. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning.
Hey, it's a good weekend, wasn't it?
Weekend.
Let me tell you.
Had a good time.
Wayne County wins. Georgia wins. Georgia Southern played decently against the number now 3 team in the nation. Falcons win. Jaguars win over Tom Brady and the bunch down there in the heat. That's one of the things they were talking about there on the broadcast. There was Tom Brady has never played in a game this hot before. It's 97 degrees outside. Heat index of 105.
It's the hottest game ever in Jacksonville history.
Yep.
But apparently the Patriots only played 2 games now with the temperature over 9 degrees, lost both games. I don't know if that. Bill Belichick was, of course, asked about the heat. He said it was hot for both teams.
Yeah, but we practice in it every day.
I asked him a question. I had to listen to the tape. I didn't come out here last night, but I asked him a question, and he answered it about, he was mumbling so much I couldn't understand what the answer was. I had to listen to the tape. I asked him if the Jaguars did anything specific that shut down Gronk, but he answered it, but I don't know what he said because he was talking.
You ever hear the Dan Patrick show that we have on AM 1370, and Dan Patrick imitates Belichick?
His press conference. Now, I think that's the 4th one I've been to. It's just always a treat to watch because everybody looks like they're petrified to even ask him a question, and he just kind of mumbles.
He does.
So I knew when he lost, it was going to be fun to go to the press conference. So but I wanted to see Brady anyway. So Brady was a class act in his press conference.
He always is, yeah.
But
most of the time,
Belichick was just, everything was just 1 or 2 word answers and just,
that's Belichick. I mean, it was the same thing. Hoodie himself. I'm sure he did have a hoodie on yesterday.
No, he didn't have a hoodie on. It was too hot. But he wasn't real happy, but he didn't have much to say about his team's loss. He just said they didn't play well, didn't execute, didn't make enough plays. Just typical Belichick speech, but it was just entertaining, just to watch it.
Yeah. And I can't wait to listen to Dan Patrick today. Our AM station, our sister station, Fox Sports Radio, 1370 AM, The Buzz, WLOP, 1370 on your AM dial. Fox Sports all the time. And can't wait to hear Dan Patrick, because he does a great job of imitating Bill Belichick and Chicago.
Jaguars looked like they made the right move. Everybody was questioning Bortles. Thought they'd make a move in the offseason, but they gave him a long-term contract. Threw 4 touchdowns yesterday. Runs the ball well. Makes plays with his legs. Just wasn't even a game. From start to finish, Jacksonville had that game in control. Their defense is so good. They were able to shut down anything New England threw to them.
Good to see Sonny Michel finally get on the field, though. That was the first time he played in a game. So he had a knee injury coming out of training camp, but he played yesterday. Played pretty well for the Patriots. Him and Nick Chubb both playing well in the pros. So Georgia's got a lot of players in the pros. Got to have a lot more in the pros from all that talent. There's just talent. There's talent everywhere in Athens. I don't know why they jumped us ahead of Clemson, though. I don't know what it matters, but
I guess because Clemson, didn't beat a team. I don't know.
They beat them 60-0. Is that
I know. I don't know why. Why that happened.
I don't know why they did. But Alabama looks like they're just I can't even pronounce his name. Tua is his first name. Tagovailoa. Anyway, they just gave a stat on third downs alone. He's 12 of 12 for like 250 yards and 4 touchdowns.
So he's the one that came. He's the one that came in the second half last in the championship game and pulled Alabama out of Georgia.
From Hawaii, just a very talented quarterback. But they're saying he's the most talented quarterback Saban's ever had, and they're just scoring points. They're just running over people. So they're loaded. It should be a good game this weekend. They play Texas A&M. Texas A&M gave Clemson a good game, so it'd be interesting to see how many points they put up against Jimbo Fisher. But that'll be the big game this Saturday, Texas A&M and Alabama. Georgia got a big game, 12 noon in Missouri. So that quarterback's very talented in Missouri, so it should be a good ball game.
It's a high noon kickoff.
High noon kickoff Saturday.
Okay.
Georgia Tech's got Clemson this week, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah, matter of fact, we've got, I don't know, about 20, somewhere along there, 20 Georgia, well, maybe not that many. Oops, I got it going the wrong way. Usually they give us about 15 to 20 tickets to give away. So we'll be giving away tickets this week to the Georgia Tech Clemson game up there in Atlanta at Bobby Dodd Stadium. You know what time that kickoff is?
Have not heard the time of that game yet.
Know that yet. But I've got a bunch of them here that I'll give away this week. So if you'd like to be up in Atlanta, if you'd like to be up in Atlanta this coming Saturday watching Georgia Tech host Clemson in an ACC match, we'll be giving away tickets this week to the game. So you can be there at Bobby Dodd Stadium and enjoy it and see them play on historic Grant Field.
I'll say Georgia Southern kind of held them scoreless in the first quarter. Got out of hand in the second half, but that's a good story. The quarterback from Georgia Southern was recruited by Dabo Swinney at Clemson to come be an athlete. That he didn't give him a quarterback scholarship. Kid wanted to play quarterback, so he came to Georgia Southern. But he was back home in his hometown, scored a touchdown. So had a good showing for Georgia Southern. But Georgia Southern, like I said, just went basically to get a check. Got a nice check.
Got a nice check, went home.
And come on back. So, but they're having a good year. They're going to be a lot better than they were last year. So they are. See Georgia Southern finally turn the quarter from a tough season last year. Tech's the team is struggling. I mean,
they are.
I don't know why they lost. I mean, Pitt's not very good. I thought for sure they'd go up and win that game, but Pitt jumped out to a 21-0 lead, and then Tech came back in the second half, but it was too late. Too little, too late, as they say.
And Georgia Southern has off this week, their bye week, and they'll take on Arkansas State at home on September 29th. So Southern has off this week. Jaguars, let's see what they're doing. They're going to be hosting the Tennessee Titans this coming
Sunday. They got 3 straight home games.
And then the Jets the following Sunday.
3 straight home games in Jacksonville.
And same thing with the Falcons. They defeated the Carolina Panthers, and they got 3 home games. The Saints coming in on the 23rd, and then the Cincinnati Bengals on the 30th. So, both the Jags and the Falcons, 3 home games in a row. Bam, 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 bam.
Big win for the Falcons.
That was
I'm not even going to mention my Steelers because this.
Oh,
awful. They had no defense.
Yeah. Well, they just got that. What was that? Field goal or extra point they missed, or?
That one, they can't stop anybody. They can't stop a bloody nose. They're just awful. Their defense is just. If Big Ben throws 452 yards, throws 3 touchdowns, and runs for a touchdown, they still lose. It's all on the defense. I don't hear anything about the offense. I mean, they can't stop anybody. They can't get off the field. I want to fire the defense coordinator today.
You want him out of there, huh?
I want him out of there today. He's awful. They got talent on defense. They cannot play that bad. It's got to be the scheme. It's just, I mean, they can't
Something's
cover
going
anybody.
on, huh?
It's just bad. I'm ready to fire him today. So
okay.
The Butler has to go. It's just bad.
Georgia Tech Clemson game is going to be at 3:30.
3:30.
3:30. Yeah. 3:30 kickoff.
big ACC game, but and I said it's almost a must-win for Tech.
It's got, you know, that's going to be.
I don't know how they're going to beat Clemson. I don't see them beating
I don't see
Clemson.
how they're beating Clemson at all. Yeah. You reckon that is Paul Johnson on the hot seat?
He's got to be on the hot seat.
He's got to be on the hot seat.
He was on the hot seat last year. They almost fired him at the end of last year, and for some reason they gave him, they kept him. But he's definitely on the hot seat. And after this slow start, and after he gets beat at home by Clemson, which could get ugly, I'm sure the heat's going to be really turned up. I doubt they're firing mid-season, but I think by the end of this year they'll be moving in a different direction.
As we get at the end of the Butch and Bob Show here, this morning we got an email from the Omaha chapter of the NSDRA, Daughters of the American Revolution. And this is Constitution Week. You know, everybody celebrates July 4th as Independence Day and all that. But our country would not be where it is today without its Constitution. And so in a few moments, I'm going to be reading basically an email to me and you. It says, Dear Mr. Hubbard and Mr. Morgan, then tells us a little bit what they feel about Constitution Week, which starts today. And then I'm going to read the preamble to the Constitution that they sent, plus their comments on that. And I'll do that in just a few moments. But Constitution Week, you know, we got our independence in 76, but I don't think it was like the 1787 before we actually had a constitution. We were just basically 13 states just, you know, doing our own thing, you know, with a very limited, weak federal government. Of course, a lot of folks like to see another weak federal government. But that's just not the way it is in the world today. You got to have, it looks like, you know, countries have to have a strong central government to keep all the areas of their country together. And so I'll read that in just a few moments here. Constitution Week here in America, as we celebrate the Constitution when it was developed and signed and agreed upon with the colonies way back in 1787. Give or take a few years, I can't remember the exact date, but it was around that time. Yeah, somewhere along there. Lot of debating going on back there. I don't know if you remember that in history, but there was a lot of debating going on during the time that the guys were together there in Philadelphia hammering out the Constitution. And of course, that's the way it is in politics, anywhere. I mean, my word, see what's going on nationally right now, and you get frustrated sometimes just seeing. It's like the ends justify the means. It doesn't matter what you got to do, what you got to say, as long as the men at the end of what you're trying to accomplish comes to fruition, and what you have to do to get there may stink, but you're going to do it anyway. That's just my opinion on. It looks like what happens a lot of times. The ends justify the means. To me, sometimes they act like a bunch of middle schoolers. I shouldn't even compare to middle schoolers. Their middle schoolers are more mature than some of these national politicians out there. Oh, boy. But that's politics. I mean, you go back and, you know, you can read the history of America and the campaigns for Senate or the campaigns for president and stuff like that. There were no angels back then either. I mean, they get up on their soapboxes, they get on, you know, town squares or wherever they could, and they just lambaste their opponent. I mean, just tear them apart. But that's politics. See it in every country. You ever watch the Parliament over in England when they're at it, and you got some on one side of the hall and some on the other side of the meeting room there, and one side will yell for a while, and the other side will yell for a while, back and forth? It's like, how can anything get accomplished with all this going on?
I'm at the point I don't watch any news anymore. None.
It's just...
It's too depressing. It's all a bunch of people yelling at each other.
I know, and they're saying the weirdest stuff, and without any facts, and you know, you and I went to journalism school and University of Georgia. You know, I graduated in '76, and you in '81 from there, and we were taught basically just the facts. You know, who, where, what, when, how, all that kind of stuff like that. And now these folks graduate out there, and then they're going to go out there and put their political view on the reporting. And you see that happen all the time, and that's not the way journalism is supposed to be, but that is the way it is today. And it basically is sad. You know, it really is. It should be good, straightforward reporting. And then when you have a show like the Butch and Bob Show, a commentary type of show, then you know it's commentary. But I'm not talking about the day in, day out news, not slant on the way a news story is supposed to go.
I'm about to play for Buffalo yesterday. Got so frustrated he just retired at halftime.
He did, didn't he? Just retired at halftime.
Just
says that. I'm out of here.
I'm not going back out there.
Now, I don't think I've ever seen that happen. A professional football player decides, you know, I'm going to retire now. Halftime.
I don't think it's ever happened.
Who was that again?
I can't give his name. I think his last name was Davis. I'm not sure. But I heard this morning on Clay Travis coming in. He said that he's never seen it. The guy got so frustrated he just retired at halftime. Said, I'm not going back.
I'm not going back in.
Coach was like, what? You're not going back. No, I'm done. Take a shower. I'm out of here. I'm not playing for this team.
Eat and go home.
I'm not playing for this team anymore. This team's terrible.
That's funny.
That is funny. Retires at halftime.
Someone just texted in. I saw Jamie. This is the text now. I saw Jamie Overstreet yesterday at Pizza Inn. He looked great and was the same positive Jamie.
Good. I'm just glad he's home. I said went to the fundraiser Saturday night at the Angels restaurant, and Jimmy, his dad, said he was going to come home. So I'm glad he's home. So and he's been to a bunch. So.
I mean, it looked bad those first couple of days. I mean, really, it looked bad those first couple of days after he had that heat stroke.
He had a massive heat stroke and plus a heart attack. So I said he wasn't doing good when he first got there. But it's amazing what doctors and nurses can do and get medical treatment and prayer. And I said, but they want to thank everybody who purchased the raffle ticket. I haven't won it. I can't believe it.
What'd you win?
I won a $25 gift certificate gifts at McDonald's, which I probably will never use.
Well, maybe you can find a little knick-knack in there that you can, you know.
I just can't believe I won.
Maybe they have a
I was sitting there, and first, I think it was like the fourth ticket. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, never win anything. Like me.
That's what I was saying. I was like, I'm shocked. I almost fell over. I can't believe I won.
I have bought raffle tickets just at every single Odom day, just about every single Odom day, just about every single Dogwood Festival and everything else since 1992 when I moved back, and still have not won anything.
Odom Day's right around the corner.
It is Odom Day, a little town with a big heart, fixing to celebrate and have thousands of people in.
Second Chance Band's going to perform that
night. Yeah. It's been a while since they've had that kind of entertainment at night.
And they've been the 4th of July celebration scriven. Now they're going to be in the Odom Day. Again, the concerts from 7 to 10 at the Odom City Gym. Tickets available $7 at Odom City Hall, and also at the door $10. And also they got their Odom T-shirts available as well at City Hall with $12. So again, hopefully we'll have the Odom committee in here soon and promote the big event.
I'll have to look on the board and see.
But they've got a full lineup of entertainment for that Saturday.
I think they'll be in this week.
Got a kids no zip line this year, but they've got all kinds of other events: rock wall, obstacle course, hamster ball. What's hamster ball? You know what hamster ball is?
I guess you get inside of it and walk around inside of it like a hamster. I've seen the ones on water. If I still lived out at the lake, I was going to do that for my grandsons this summer. But
I don't know what
I don't live out there anymore. But you get inside. But this is, I guess, on land here. You just get inside of it. And, you know, you've seen hamsters and their balls, and you put them inside of them. They go, run around the floor and everywhere else like that. And maybe I guess that's what it is. You get inside of a big plastic ball and run around. I don't know. Somebody wants to know, Bob, where is where is Byron Buxton?
Byron Buxton got sent down to the minors, and I said that's where he's at right now. He's not with the Twins. I mean, he's in the Twins organization. He's in the minor league system right now.
Okay. Now tell folks who Byron Buxton is now.
He's the #1 overall draft pick by the Minnesota Twins out of actually Georgia a couple years ago. So wish him well. I said he just had trouble hitting the ball. You know, when you had trouble hitting the ball, they send you back down to the minors. So that's where he's been the last several weeks, or really several months.
Okay. So he's in the minors.
I said, I'm sure the Twins are going to bring him back up. Like I said, you can bring him up but I don't think they brought him back up yet, so I doubt they will.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, season getting, about dead here, so, I guess you wouldn't make any major changes right now, unless you just want to see what a person could do. Do you hear where Willie Nelson has really irked out a lot of his fans? Country music fans are pretty conservative, and he went off and endorsed the Democratic candidate for governor there in Texas.
Oh, he did?
And the fans are just, it's kind of like what the Dixie Chicks did to, President Bush back in, when 9/11 happened.
Was he a bright mind when he did it?
Well, I don't know about his mind. He's been smoking the wacky weed since the 60s, so you just don't know what that brain, because it does affect the brain big time.
I just saw an interview with him not long ago.
Mm-hmm.
He's talking. He's got his own brand of that stuff. So.
Yeah, well, he's that's no secret. He's been smoking the wacky weed for a long time, and studies have shown what it does to your brain when you smoke it on a regular basis over a long time, and apparently.
He talked about how he got out of, he was in all that trouble with the IRS for years.
Yeah, not paying his taxes.
He explained how he got out of it. He said they made a deal. He cut an album, and they just got proceeds from the album, and that's how he got out of debt.
Oh, okay.
He says that's how they worked it out.
That's how they did it, huh?
But he said he doesn't get harassed anymore. He said he used to get cities and he'd be harassed for but he says now they just that's Willie just
that's just Willie.
They just let it go. He's been performing for a long time.
Says a free Willie Nelson concert in the heart of the Lone Star State. Seems like something would attract fans of all political stripes, but there's a good chance that on September 29th, the event will be featured as a largely left-leaning crowd. That's because the country crooner is headlining a Turnout for Texas rally in Austin for O'Rourke, the Democratic candidate for the GOP's run against the incumbent Ted Cruz. And many of Nelson's fans aren't happy with it, which is, as you can understand, country music listeners are basically conservative folks, and when they see one of their own make left-leaning comments or support a liberal candidate, they turn away. I mean, the Dixie Chicks' career was over, basically, after their comments about President Bush and 9/11.
Are you really getting your political views from Willie Nelson? I mean, I want to listen to Willie Nelson album. I listen to Willie Nelson album.
Yeah.
It's like they're
But no, he makes comments and people say, I don't like it. It's his right as an American to make any comment, support any candidate that he wants to. But it's also the fans' rights to say, I don't want to be associated with someone that has views that are different than mine. It's just like right now, the situation with Nike, all right? They have really upset, the folks, I would say they're probably 40, 45 and above, and more as you get older. But what they've done is they've increased their sales tremendously with the young folks, the teenagers, and the folks in the 20s. And so their stock is actually up. So, Nike knew what they were doing. Their target audience are teens and 20s. And with that, what they did about the ad with Kaepernick, they knew what they were doing.
At least he got a job. Like the joke said, Donald Trump's got unemployment so low, even Colin Kaepernick got a job.
Oh, the economy is doing great. Steel industry's coming back. It's just amazing. And that's why Trump sometimes can't understand why people all of a sudden, people usually vote with their pocketbook, and we're doing pretty good right now.
People should say that about Sybil. Why I go to Sybil's, you have to know, I go to Sybil's for the food. I don't care. She can be political. I'm not going for politics. Come on.
And most of the movies you watch or TV shows you see today, the whole culture in the Hollywood, Los Angeles area is definitely left-leaning. That's just, it's hard to even get a job out there if you're right-wing, like Clint Eastwood. Luckily, he directs and produces. He can make his own movies. Charleston Heston, a lot of those guys out there, you've got to be left-leaning out there or you don't get jobs. And I forgot where I was going with that.
Willie Nelson performed that free concert on the show. I like Willie Nelson's music. I've always liked his music. He's got some great songs.
He's got great songs. He's got great songs.
If he's put on a free concert.
Yeah, people are upset because, As a country music singer, you're supposed to be either moderate or conservative, but just keep your mouth shut. Not support the liberal Democratic candidate for the state of Texas, which has, been a red state for a long time. Let's see here.
Why is he supporting him? Did he say
I have no idea. I have no idea why he's supporting him.
Was he of right mind? What he said?
I don't. You never can tell with Willie. He might have had some really good stuff that day.
It might have been a joke. He may be joking.
No, he's not joking. But what I was getting back to is, most of the movies you watch or TV shows you watch, the leading actors or actresses are definitely left-leaning, and, they support the Democratic, give multi-millions to Democratic candidates. There's probably going to be a ton of money coming to the state of Georgia from Hollywood area for the Democratic candidate for Stacey Abrams for governor. There's going to be a ton of money that's going to come in from the out of state because they'd like to see Georgia go blue. But we'll see what happens. Okay, let's see.
Pay her back taxes too. Does she owe a bunch of back taxes?
I don't know all the details on that, but they have been saying that she owes a bunch of taxes. Let's go to the text here. It says, what does Bob know about the music at the games being overplayed to drown out our band? Why are they doing that to our kids in the band? I'm asking, since he's in the press box, where it comes from. What's going on with the music? What this person's saying is, why are we playing music so loud over the loudspeakers that people can't hear the band? Is that going on, Bob?
I don't have any idea. Like I said, I'm doing a broadcast. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in the press box. We're broadcasting the game, so I haven't really noticed it personally. I got the headsets on doing the broadcast.
Yeah, you got the headsets. You're not hearing the music being played over the loudspeakers, and this person says is drowning out the Wayne County High School band. I don't know.
I still got a headache from Beaufort, South Carolina, so I don't know.
from there.
I know it's not that loud. So
yeah.
I know they've been playing some music. I did notice that, but they're playing music to get the crowd in. I don't know. That'd be something to ask Coach
Yeah,
Fred.
it'd be ask. I don't know. I really don't know. I just usually I thought it was the band when there was a pause. The band played. Someone said keeping Byron Buxton in the minors gives the Twins another year of control.
Well, he's still the Twins' property, but like I said, they send him down. It happens all the time for players. Some go down for injury, some go down because they're having trouble. Byron Buxton's problem was he was not hitting the baseball, so they sent him down to get his time and get his hitting back. Hopefully, he can do that. But like I said, the Twins still have his contract, so he could get traded in the offseason. He could get released and sign with somebody else, or the Twins could decide to bring him back up. It's just one of those baseball organizations. Helping Byron, he's got great talent, great defensive player, great speed, but as the old saying goes, you can't steal first base. You got to hit the baseball. He hasn't hit it. So they sent him down.
Can't hit that ball. Can't.
When they sent him down, he hit about 150. So, that's why they sent him down. So, wishing the best of luck. I wouldn't worry about him too much. He's got plenty of money, though. He could buy the city of Baxley with all the money he made on the side.
He got guaranteed contract
He got that guaranteed money right off the bat. So,
all right.
So he's not hurting financially. I promise you that. Plus, he's just a class act kid. I'm pulling for him, hoping, wishing him the best. But I said that's the issue. You got to hit the baseball in the major leagues, and he wasn't hitting the baseball, so they sent him down.
Right.
Defensively, he's a Gold Glove center fielder. His talent, stealing bases, he can do it when he gets on base. But like they said, you can't steal first. You got to get on base.
Okay. Well, Bob, as I mentioned to you earlier, we received this email from the Omaha area, the Daughters of the American Revolution, the DAR. I want to do this request since it's the first day of Constitution Week from September 17th to the 23rd. I'll just go ahead and read this, and then I'll head into news, okay?
Good.
All right, Bob, have a great day. This email came to us from the Omaha DAR, which is the Daughters of the American Revolution. The email says, Mr. Hubbard and Mr. Morgan, there are two documents of paramount importance to American history: the Declaration of Independence, which forged our national identity, and the United States Constitution, which set forth the framework for the federal government that is still in use today. While Independence Day is a beloved national holiday, fewer people know about Constitution Week, an annual commemoration of the living document that upholds and protects the freedoms central to our American way of life. This year, the annual celebration begins on September 17th today. The Omaha chapter of the National Society of the Daughters of American Revolution would like to ask us, and we are, could you please read the announcement below, which is in this email, on your show as a way to remind everyone of our Constitution and what it means. The announcement is designed for radio and runs approximately 30 to 40 seconds. The Omaha DAR believes that this spot is an importance to public service, especially since Wayne County and Georgia has a very important election coming up in November. And so here we're going. We're going to go ahead and read this that comes from the Omaha NSDAR. And it's from Jan. And here we go. We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and to our prosperity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. These words, written 231 years ago, are the preamble to our Constitution. This is Constitution Week, September 17th to the 23rd, celebrating the signing of this important document. The United States Constitution is the oldest Constitution still in active use in the world today, and is the basic document of our republic, which protects the individual liberties of all citizens through written law. Read beyond the preamble, study the amendments and the Bill of Rights. Know your rights. Know your Constitution. This announcement was provided by the Omaha chapter, National Society, Daughters of the American Revolution. And we'll read this a couple more times this week. and we appreciate them sending that in. And when we get some more announcements from them, they said they had some more. You're listening to WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio. Coming up soon, we got a giveaway, so stay tuned. Remember, this week also we're going to give away tickets to the Georgia Tech Clemson game in Atlanta for this Saturday this week. And we're also going to give away